Hey guys, this is your girl, Ashira Nelson from SavvyGirlMoney.com. If you have not done so, which I am finally moving on up in this whole YouTube world, please make sure you subscribe now and turn on your notification alert. So every time I post a new video, you will know instantly. Today, I want to do a wrap up of how I did for the month of June. And how I did, meaning, how did I put my money to work for me? That's what you want to do for a budget. Think about what money you have in that moment and how you're going to put it to work. You could break it down per month, or you can break it down weekly or bi-weekly. You have to choose which one will work best for you. At the current moment, I decided to do bi-month, even though I did consider to do a bi-weekly because I get paid actually semi-monthly, so I get paid 2 times a month. So I'm like, why not just budget out each paycheck versus the entire month? Did cross my mind, but I'm like, forget it. I already did my June budget. Let's just stick to that. So this video is just going to tell you how I did, what was my mindset, how should you be thinking when going through your budget and reviewing how you did. Did you do good? Did you do bad? Did you go over budget? Did you stay on top of your budget? You want to think about that at the end of the month. You do not want to just create the budget at the beginning of the month and then kind of look at it at the end of the month, but not really evaluate. So I have my budget in front of me, but you can just look at it here with me. So if I'm looking down, like I said, I am looking at my budget. Let's go through this. So like I said, I don't really like to do the whole income thing, but just know, for the most part, I did do a zero-based budget. And that means kind of assigning all of your income to work for you. So every dollar that came in, I had to put an assignment on it. And let's see, not to go through every number for this wrap-up video, because I kind of went through every number when I created the budget at the beginning of the month. I don't want to bore you guys. I want you to kind of know my mindset, how you should be thinking. So let's go. So what was really helpful for me is to have my priority items. And that was my mortgage, my auto, my student loans, and groceries. And why those are my priority? Because I need my mortgage, I need my auto. Those are just my needs. I have to have those items. I have to have a place for me to live, my family to live. I have to have a car to get from point A to B always. I'm definitely not living in a city where I can take the city transportation. That's just not me. That probably would never be me. And that's okay. I am paying my car off to hopefully in a couple of years be done with that. Just drive it, pay it off, and I'm good. That's what I'm working towards. So my auto and my student loans, you should know by now I am on this aggressive quest to aggressively get rid of my student loans. So that's definitely a top priority in groceries because I gotta eat. Those are my basic needs. And for me, my grocery category, we always have a love-hate relationship. I feel like during the month, I am doing pretty good until I add it up at the end. Oh, it's so disappointing. But let me get into the numbers. So I told myself that I wanted to budget out $546 for my mortgage, and I did exactly that. So there was zero variance there. My auto, same, zero variance. My auto, I paid $349. I did exactly that. I have these items set on auto pay, so they're gonna pay exactly what I budgeted out. My student loans, I paid that off, which I'll talk about that in the second half of this video. I hit that on target. I had the goal of $1,000 and I did just that. And you know why? Because I put my student loans first. No matter if I did anything else, that was always first. That was my biggest priority. So before I went out on the weekends, before I went to dinner with my family, with my friends, I always made sure that I covered my student loans. You know the whole saying of pay yourself first? I did that. I didn't pay myself first, meaning put it into my savings account, but I handled my business first. And that's what you have to do. That's how I got through it. That's how I get through it every month. I make sure I put my student loans first because that is my financial goal, to be debt free as it relates to my student loans. And then I'm going to move on to another item. So I just stick to my plan, stick to my goals. So my groceries. I didn't do bad this month. I didn't. But I will say this. I have to be honest. I didn't do bad on my groceries. I budgeted out $225 and I only spent $1 over. No, I'm not going to kill myself over that. But I will say this. I had an entertainment budget in here and I went over $185. When I seen, I'm like, Shira, what's going on? So that's why it's good to know your numbers. That's why it's good to see it on paper. Let me tell y'all, when I was going through this, I was like, oh, about to have a heart attack. I'm like telling my husband, like, oh my God, like consciously, I think I'm doing so good. I think I don't eat out during the week. I always pack my lunch, but I still have to do better. So that's why it's helpful for me to like have my budget, have that paper, have that physical copy, just have it there because it gives you a true reality check. So like I said, I went over my entertainment budget by $185. That's meaning that I did too much on the weekends. Me and my family need to slow it down. It's the summer, I understand. So honestly, for next month, I'm just going to adjust that. I'm going to take from another category to increase my entertainment budget while still checking myself, because I do not have to do everything. Just slowing down. This allows me to truly check myself. And that's okay, because sometimes I need to be checked. Let's see. What else was horrible? Shopping. My shopping category, I said I wanted to spend about $300 on shopping, but I actually spent $445. But let me tell you guys, that is not really like shopping for myself, because I really don't shop for myself. I know where I kind of failed to plan. I did not, at the beginning of the month, I didn't incorporate my daughter's summer wardrobe. And that's what hit me. Even though her dad and I kind of do that together, we didn't plan for that well. I remember we was in a store and what did we do? He bought some shoes and he bought some other items. Then I told him, because we was actually in Columbus at the mall, and I'm like, oh well, the next store I'll get that. He bought tennis shoes. He bought some other little stuff. I'm like, cool, you got this stuff. I got the next store. Don't worry. And I was fine, but I didn't budget for that. I didn't have that in my plan. And that's where I messed up at. So I'm going to do better next month. And I'm telling you, seeing on paper, it just makes you like, okay, I know where I got to work at now. So the groceries, I got to keep a tight eye on that. The entertainment, the shopping, I really have to make sure I'm constantly checking myself, checking my Mint app to see where I'm at. Because that's how I got the totals for all of my numbers. I use the Mint app to categorize my transactions, and through the app, it told me my totals every month. And I'm going to talk to you guys about that method a little more in my next July budget video. To kind of help you guys, because once I did that, it went super quick to get this budget done. It took some setup time, but now I'm gonna like flow through my budget. Let's see what else. what else did I do this month that kind of like screwed me? I went to Columbus. It was supposed to be on a business trip, but the business turned family trip. And I brought my little sister Tashaya along to help me with my daughter and help entertain her while I was still there for business. And that got costly. We were supposed to do one night in a hotel, but we actually ended up doing a total of 3 nights. That wasn't in my budget. We did get a deal because my father-in-law works for a hotel chain, so we were able to use his family and friends discount, which was great. But still, those 2 extra nights in a hotel, I didn't have that budget. So that was some of my entertainment and why I went over my restaurant category and so forth. But that adds, I mean, like, random little trips, they're nice, but you have to build that into your budget. Build into your budget that allows for the flexibility. Because I went to Columbus for random trips, that made me have to take from another category. And that's not wrong. That's what you have to do. You have to tell yourself, I went over budget in this category, so now I have to reduce that category. And that's what you have to do to make budgeting work for you. Be realistic, allow yourself to be flexible. Don't want to make this video too long, so let me move along. So let me tell you guys, like I said, for my debt, repaying my student loans, like I said, I did accomplish that goal. You can see all my little payment dates here. And before I went to the trip to Columbus, I made those 2 payments. The $200, the $500, I did that before that trip because I knew taking my sister and my daughter would get crazy because those little 2 can be expensive. And they like eating out, and I'm like, okay, let's go get a quick snack that'll get us through the afternoon. They're like, no, let me get a Happy Meal, let me get this, let me get that. So I knew that, so I'm like, boom, let me just go ahead and pay $700 right now. So that made me not have a lot of money available, so I had to budget for the trip after that, where I could. And then I made the $300 payment. After I got paid on the 15th, I handled some bills and I'm like, okay, cool. Let me make my last $300 payment now. I only have $10,508.16 left. I started out with a little over $24,000 and I'm just so proud of myself. I'm just staying focused, and you can do it too. I'm telling you, you might think that God is giving me some extra powers, but he's not. He's really not. He is just helping me to stay focused. Just stay focused on my goals and making it a priority. So what do you need to prioritize in your life? I'm telling you guys, you can do it. Write it down, commit to a plan, and put it into action. That's simply all you have to do. That's how I did it. That's how I'm doing it with my budget. That's how I'm doing it with my student loan repayment. And you can do it too. So if you have not done so, make sure you subscribe to this video and give it a thumbs up and leave me a question below. If you need a little more detail about my budgeting method, send me an email. Send me an email at savvygirlmoney@gmail.com. I will see you guys again next week.